Hi, parents and students. This is Miss Megan from Tri-City Adventist School. I just wanted to make a little video updating you on the practice journal for quarter 2 of the school year. I did a survey with the students and try to get an idea of how they were feeling about the practice journal and the self-evaluation page, and decided after chatting with them to update it a little bit. So you'll notice that it looks a little bit different, and I'm asking the students to complete one page per week, still one journal page per week. They will put their names, they'll put the grade they're in, and then I'm going to have them put the due date here. For example, yesterday was Tuesday, and so they would have put here 10/29 for that due date. So as we look at this, you'll see in the directions, complete one journal page per week to track your practice journey for all ensembles. So this is still counts for all of their ensembles, and it's worth 50 points total. And it's still due every Tuesday of each week, unless there's no school on Tuesday, and then notice will be given about when it's supposed to be due. Okay, and I'm going to be a little bit stricter this quarter about points being subtracted, 5 points subtracted for each day late, just to encourage the students to get them in as soon as they can, making sure that they're on time. So looking at the time expectations for the journal, it's the same. Their grade times 10 is the number of minutes. Okay, and looking at the log part, I've added here that they'll put the date next to the day, and it starts on Tuesday. So when they get these on Tuesday, they will, whatever information they have to add to this, starting, that afternoon after they get it, through the week to Monday, and they'll turn it in on Tuesday and get a new one. And they'll still put the minutes practiced here. But in this part, notice I have added a little bit more information. It says, please describe what you did for practice. 50% or more of the practice time should be on the student's specific band instrument and choir music, and so their band and choir music and band instrument skills. What this means is that the other 50%, there's some flexibility in what they can use for practice. But again, for 6th grade, for example, if they need to get 60 minutes a week, 30 minutes needs to be working on, their school music and instrument practice. Okay, and this journal, this log part, is worth 25 points. And that'll go on their grade, and it'll be split. The points for this journal will be split for 7 through 10 between choir and band. For 5th through 6th, it'll just all go on to their band grade. Now looking down at the bottom, we still have some reflection questions here, and the questions are worth 25 points. So each week, even if they don't get a whole lot of practice time in, if they do their best with these questions, they'll still get 25 points. So they're looking at, what is your practice rehearsal goal for the week? Each week, the students will make a goal for themselves. Maybe it is learning fingerings for 3 new notes. Maybe it is learning to play measures 10 through 22 in Eagle Summit, or whichever song. Something like that, that's tangible, that is attainable, that they can do. So they'll make their goal at the beginning of the week, and then they'll enter their practice time, and then afterwards they'll write about what went well and what didn't go well. Did they give their best effort in rehearsal and in practicing? And did they meet their goal? So they made the goal up at the top, first thing. Did they meet that goal? Did they get those fingerings learned? So that they are accountable to themselves and can track how they're doing, and then what can they improve for next week. And then lastly, the checking in, just letting me know if there's anything going on that may have affected their practice. And again, even if they don't get all of their practice time in, if they at least do their best on this journal part, they'll get those points. And the parent signature is part of that as well. It's worth, 1 point. I just want parents to be involved in the process. But if for some reason they don't get it, it's not going to be a huge hit to their grade. Okay, now you'll notice on the back there we no longer have the self-evaluation for rehearsals. We were finding it was taking time during class, and students were a little bit frustrated with it. And anyway, so I removed that, and that's why I have this question about, did they put their best effort in? And we've talked about what best effort means, about participating, and even if they don't love it, that they're doing the best that they can with that. Okay, so on the back though, you'll see that there's a list, examples of approved practice. So they need to make sure that they're practicing something from this list. It has to be something from this list. So it could be playing through their band music, singing through their choir music, memorizing choir music, practicing learning fingerings, doing flashcards for notes and fingerings, using my YouTube channel with the name there so it's easy to find, viewing or listening to the music that we're doing in our ensembles and our groups, working on scale exercises and their method books. If they take voice lesson or lessons on their band instrument, any practice for that music that their teacher gives them, that practice can count as well. And then 50% of their practice time could be spent on another instrument. For example, if a student takes piano, well, if they're in 8th grade and they're required 80 minutes, 40 minutes could be piano practice that counts for this. And then the other 40 needs to come from this list. Or 40 minutes could be working on music theory. I have several students who are interested in doing, some different music projects and things. And that's totally fine. That counts. But 50% needs to be spent on the actual music from class. Okay, making their music goals could be part of it. Band worksheets. We will have far fewer worksheets this quarter. Is another thing that students were frustrated with, and I got just kind of overloaded with trying to grade them because I have so many students. But we will still have them on occasion for specific purposes, concepts. And so if they get those, they can work on those. The other thing, any kind of music theory practice. And then they can ask me for more. And then take note on the second side here, it's resources for practice. So these are things that I'm telling them they can use these to help them in their practice, right? So that's fingering charts, using the methods book, or the band technique step-by-step book. Those are, I have extra copies that students can borrow, using the videos on my YouTube channel. And then I have a whole bunch of websites here that have things for note recognition and for just general music practice, rhythm and sight reading and music games. So those are all possibilities as well. And by putting them into this paper, students will hopefully be able to access those, find those more easily, and I will be sending them as a PDF to parents and students so they can have those links directly. I hope that makes sense. You are always welcome to contact me if you have questions. We're going to try this quarter, see how it goes, and see, how the students do. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.